Right. Up and coming budget very, very soon. But how is it going to affect us touring caravanners?
Let's take a look.
Hitched up the base camp, naps on the dash. Coffee in a flask, yeah, we're leaving fast. Cornwall cliffs or the lakes ahead. Chasing sunsets, no regrets. Every mile we find a story. Every smile adds to the glory. Cameras rolling, hearts are free. This is where we're meant to be. From base to beyond, we're living the dream. Two hearts, one road, one little machine. Every laugh, every face, every view we find. Dave and Kaz on adventure time. From base to beyond, come along for the ride. England's open roads, the world on our side. We're chasing freedom under endless skies. From base to beyond, we're adventure.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and I'm Dave.
And I'm Kaz. And today we're diving into some huge changes that could hit caravan owners right in the pocket in the UK.
Yeah, from the upcoming budget, it's been talked about pence per mile on EVs. What does that actually mean? Also, how the budget may affect booking onto caravan sites with the cost of living and everything going up.
Plus, we're going to take a quick look at caravan insurance because we all love that new renewal price, don't we? Spoiler alert, it's never cheaper. However, we might surprise you.
Oh, is a deal coming up? So, the budget, which is next week, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm going to make no jokes about Rachel Reeves or Rachel from Accounts or Rachel Thieves. I'm going to say none of that because I don't want to get too political.
Of course, as you just did.
As I just did. No, we're going to go into the budget to how it affects caravanning, driving, all that sort of stuff. It affects field duty, road tax, tourism taxes, which is something else they're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah. So, obviously, recent cap increase. God knows why, because there's lots of people in debt already with it. So, expect fees to follow for us caravan owners as well. Obviously, we have electric hookups. Electricity costs are going to go up when we're having those electric hookups. So, it's going to cost us more to charge our phones, heat our kettles, and warm our caravans.
Yeah, so basically what happens, whatever happens in Westminster filters down to the rest of it. I'm just having a look here at Ofgem. Energy price cap will rise by 0.2% from January. So they've already done an increase and now they're increasing again.
Even though most of the country are in debt with energy companies. Makes 0 sense.
Absolutely. So let's have a look at our...
Oh, heating's just kicked in. There goes our energy prices.
Yeah, I think we're going to do a little snippet on what at the end, aren't we, on storing the caravan over winter, or what we do.
We are. We've got coming up. We will have a little bit of an advice and guidance bit. So we'd obviously like your comments and any questions that you might have about how do we store the caravans whilst Dave's playing with his lights.
Me prop. My light hasn't come on. Disaster. Wally, yeah. Do you like that? Bit of a Christmas feel going on.
Yes, behave.
Yes. So, before we get into all that, I'm just going to go through a bit of what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks. So we're going to try and do a weekly podcast on sort of...
matters relevant to touring caravans
travel.
sites, travel, that kind of thing. Which brings us neatly onto our next subject.
It does. So, EVs.
Pence per mile.
Pence per mile. How does that work? I've been doing a bit of research on this, Kaz. I've been doing a bit of research. So I've made some notes. So basically, the Chancellor has to raise so much money.
Because she's got us into double the debt in a year.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes, but we're not going to go into 14 months of Labour as double the deficit over 14 years of the Tories. Not going to go into any of that. However, EVs.
Nothing political, dear.
Nothing political or sarcastic at all, because I don't want to knock on the door from the police for a non-hate crime or whatever they call it these days.
Oh, God. I don't know what they call it these days, but yeah, having an opinion apparently is against the law.
So EVs, they were sold to us to move us away from diesel and petrol.
Move us away from fossil fuels. Move us to, it was sold as it's the cheaper option of transport. However, is it?
Here comes the whammy. So because they have lost so much vehicle road tax, they're now wanting to charge owners of EVs, and the bigger the EV you've got, the more you pay, to bring it in line with petrol and diesel owners. I don't think the ratio of people converting is what they were expecting. I think they expected people to take up these EVs. I think there's a limited amount of EVs that can actually tow as well, isn't there?
There is a very select limited amount of EVs that can tow, mostly due to the drain on the battery power that you have. It massively reduces the mileage. So of course, less mileage means more charging.
Yeah.
Equals more mileage, trying to find somewhere to access a charging point.
So basically, if you own a internal combustion engine car, which they call ICE, so petrol or diesel to us normal folk, you're already paying pence per mile when you buy your fuel on the fuel duty and the tax. Because obviously that fuel, depending on your car, goes however far. However, on EVs that hasn't been the case. They've had no duty put on, apart from, again, if you're charging at home, you are paying a duty on charging your vehicle. So they're looking at 3 pence per mile. Now I think this is going to absolutely kill people commuting to work, going out on our caravans and motorhomes. If you go on an electric vehicle, this is really going to add to the cost already of towing your caravan.
Yeah.
Site fees and things like that. But also, when I was looking into it, not only are they thinking this pence per mile, but also some kind of road tax as well on the EV. So a bit like we pay on our cars anyway. So I don't know how that's going to work out. Obviously we'll find out in the budget how that will affect people who have converted over. And I did see a YouTube, I think his name is Mac Chester or something, he's got a big YouTube channel, and he was actually ranting and saying, I'm going back to a petrol car. So will people do that? What do you think?
Might be worth tracking your mileage now to see just exactly what it's going to cost you, because again, like this YouTuber, is it going to actually work out cheaper to be on good old petrol and diesel? However, the government have got their new little target of no new petrol or diesel engines to be produced. Is it from 2050?
No.
Or 2030?
2030.
2030. So basically, we're all going to be driving around in nails of cars getting older and older, more wear and tear. Scrapyards are going to do an absolute banger because it's going to be so expensive to have an electric vehicle, because it's not actually, and they're doing it to hybrids as well. So be warned, not only are you going to be paying tax on your fuel, you're also going to be paying tax on having the fact that your car is a hybrid and paying 3 pence per mile when you charge it.
Yeah, so that, you know, that's going to have a major impact on people converting over. I mean, as you just mentioned, people keep their cars longer and older.
They are.
You mean a bit like me then?
Yeah, well, you've always kept your car till it's literally felt a bit, so
Yeah.
there's no difference there.
Yeah, so I'm in no hurry to go over to electric. However, our son has an electric and he loves it.
He does.
So
He does.
for a balanced opinion, my
Yeah.
son does love it. And he actually said to me the other night, he says, I'd rather pay the pence per mile than having to pay £50 a week in petrol or diesel.
Yeah.
So there you go. Drop a comment below. Tell us what you think on that.
Yeah.
You know, how does that affect yourself?
So it might just be that we're going to have shorter trips, less longer holidays and more sort of longer weekends rather than that. So people moving possibly to places where they've got more localised interest. You never know. I mean, we're lucky enough to live in East Yorkshire and we've got loads of places that are local to us, thankfully.
Plenty of campsites.
Plenty of campsites for us to visit and small villages that we never thought in a month of Sundays to go to, but turn out to be absolutely spot on. We've got, as you can see, these nice little ornaments, and we got that from Helmsley. Now, I'd never heard of Helmsley, had you?
No, not until
Not until we went to Cliff Farm, caravan site. Excellent site, by the way.
Sennington near Pickering.
Exactly. And again, Pickering, Steam Valley Railway, absolutely fabulous. We have so much on our front doorstep that we never ever knew until we got a caravan that there was.
Yes, I mean, how does this affect? Because you do all our bookings, don't you?
I do.
You book all our sites.
Yeah.
Have you seen an increase over this year in
There
prices?
has been a slight increase. There has, and there's going to be a more increase when the cap of electricity goes up, because again, the sites are going to have to recoup and still make a profit in order to put the money back into the site to make it better, to maintain their facilities. So we know it's a business reason why they'll be doing that, and obviously as a business it has to create some profit in order to keep it going, because obviously it's a business. So yeah, I mean, we've got climate change affecting things as well, affecting places we go. The North Yorkshire Moors recently had all those fires. Caravan sites had to get closed and people's trips cancelled. So things like that are also affecting it. And another thing, caravan theft is on the rise. So we have to be a little bit more savvy with our security. So at some point we'll also do a vlog about that, because it would be in everyone's benefit, because to hear about what we do to protect our caravan, because you never know. And I did point out once, if you see our vlogs, to Dave when we pulled in at a services, just exactly what it was you needed to do, because he was just going to walk off and leave it attached to the car.
Yes.
Don't do that, guys. Don't do that.
Yeah, so are you thinking next year then site fees will go up a little bit?
I do predict site fees will go up, but only because the government and Ofcom, Ofgem, have decided in their infinite wisdom to not protect the consumer, to let the energy companies obviously carry on making their nice big profits by raising the cap. It's a bit like saying, oh, well, you can charge £10 a head at a restaurant, however, we're going to raise it to 15. So you can charge 15 if you want to. However, I mean, obviously, common sense says if you're running a business, you're going to raise it to that maximum amount, aren't you? Come on, let's face it. So, you know, turning around and saying, oh, they don't have to raise it is just really weak, I'm afraid. Sorry, government, but, you know, you've got your head well and truly in a bubble, and it's not the realistic bubble everybody else is living in.
No, so we can see prices going up next year, so you're going to be potentially pay more to get there.
Yeah.
Pay more in site fees. Now we did the one at Sillington we do go to.
Yeah.
You actually have to pay for electric separate. You have a
Yeah,
card.
he does it quite well, to be fair. I actually like the way he does it because it's just a set fee to be on the site and use the facilities, which are excellent,
It's
by
a
the way.
cheaper fee, isn't it?
It's a cheaper fee, and then you just pay a sort of, he advises you on sort of a set amount, and he's actually pretty spot on his estimates, to be fair. We spent £10, was it, on a weekend?
Yeah, and it was during Storm Claudia.
It was. Catch out that vlog.
Yeah.
And Storm Claudia. So, of course, we had our heater well and truly on, more or less 24/7, really,
Yeah.
in all fairness, and through the night, because it was cold, absolutely freezing, in fact. Not in the caravan, outside, because our heaters were on, and they work really well in this base camp. So, we were snug and warm. And he was spot on with his estimate to say top it up for £10 for the weekend, because I think we'd have got a refund of about 40p at the end of it. So he was pretty spot on. He knows his stuff. He's done obviously the site for quite a while, and he's good at his advice on what he does, and he's really, really helpful. So yeah, it's a site worth going to.
Absolutely. And we've had just moving on a little bit onto something different. It's insurance.
Yes. Now, when we bought the caravan, we actually did go on the Caravan motorhome insurance site,
Oh, we did.
and oh my god, we got a quote of about £600, which I was obviously not willing to pay. At that time, since I didn't know anything about caravans, insurance and all the rest of it. So I just went on the usual sites. Now, when I go on the comparison sites, I don't just go on one, I go on 3. And I compare all the prices. Now, we got our caravan insurance for £186, which is a hell of a difference from £600. Probably, obviously, the details are significantly different, and there's probably way more that you get with the Caravan and motorhome place. However, the 186 did cover us for what we needed. I filled in all the details, filled in the contents, filled in the worth of the caravan, and it came up with this estimate. So, and we put all our security attachments that we do as well. So it came up with this £186. Now, on our renewal that we've just recently had, that renews in December, 172. Now, I was really shocked. I have, in all honesty, hand on heart, never, ever, ever had a insurance renewal cheaper. It's always been dearer. It's never been cheaper.
Did you snap their hand off then, Caroline?
Of course, it said I don't need to do anything, it'll auto-renew. I was like, brilliant. I'm happy for that to auto-renew. I checked out all the details, and you want to hopefully go to the Isle of Man at some point, don't you?
Yeah.
We're covered on that insurance. We don't need to pay anything extra.
Now, here's something interesting. Obviously, you do all our insurance on our car's house. And everything.
Do, yes.
Now, we were watching the YouTube channel St. Christopher Atlantis.
We were.
And on their vlog, they were talking about insurance. Now, is it Andrew? Is that his name? Andrew?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
No.
Anyway, whatever, mate.
Apologies.
Yeah. He had a motorbike and he had it stolen.
Yes.
He got a quote for the motorhome at one price. Anyway, being honest, which you have to do legally, is he phoned them up and said, have you accounted for this theft? Because he claimed on the insurance for this motorbike.
They always say there's the questions, you know, any convictions, have you had insurance declined, and have you made any claims? Well, obviously he had to say he made a claim for his motorbike.
So the question is, I'm going to ask you, Caroline, is when you were doing the caravan insurance, did it ask you those things?
It does.
So You know, any...
It does. It's a standard question. It asks you on the home insurance. It asks you on the car insurance. It asks you on the caravan insurance.
So basically,
It does.
the more insurance you have, the higher risk you may have if you have something stolen of all your premiums going up.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I just wondered, because obviously being a caravan, being a bit different, obviously insurance-wise, because it's not the item they risk, it's you.
Yes.
And apparently what...
The risk is done against yourself, not the fact that you've got a caravan. The risk is you as a caravan owner, not what caravan you've got.
So what St. Christopher Atlantis was saying was, because he had his bike stolen, he's more likely to have something stolen again. Suddenly he becomes high risk.
Yes.
Which forced up the premiums. Now, I didn't actually know that.
No. I don't think any of us were aware of that one. And, you know, it was really good that they highlighted this, because it informed us about it. Because as we've said, we're still new. We're still finding out things about caravans.
We haven't done a year yet, have we?
No, technically, we're still not a full year yet. Come the 16th of December. No, actually, it was a week after that, wasn't it? Because we had to go.
It's after them storms.
No, because we had to go and buy a car.
Yes. And that's in another
And that
video.
was on another vlog. The slight whoopsie mistake that was quite costly. Not checking that your car can tow a caravan. So that was an interesting vlog. So check that one out.
Yes. So...
Needless to say, cost me a lot. And a new car.
Yeah, so how do you think the price of caravanning is going to compare to, say, like going over to Crete or going abroad on a plane? You know, because again, we were watching Yorkshire Lee.
We were.
Another...
Hey up, Yorkshire Lee.
Another channel we follow. And he was showing how you could get cheap flights.
He was, and he was saying that the overall cost on how you can do all this, I think he'd worked out that you can go to Benidorm for like 250 quid. The downside of that is he did it on a Saturday, and you know, if you've got the time to be able to do that, a lot of airlines increase their prices. So if you're willing to go at what you'd probably class as not very reasonable hours, because the one thing we found when we went to Crete was we had a late flight, and luckily the owner of a Gaia Marina Apartments was really lovely, and he let us stay in the little cafe beach decking area with our suitcases for the rest of the day whilst we were waiting for our transfers to come and collect us. Now, our flight wasn't till late afternoon. It was about 7-8 o'clock. But obviously we had to check out of the room. So we were supposed to check out at, I think it was 10 in the morning. And we were like, what are we going to do in 38 degree heat? Nowhere to go. We've got suitcases. And luckily he didn't have a booking come in till late on that day. So he allowed us to stay in the apartment till about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we had to go and sit in the decking area and then wait. I think it was another 3 hours for our coach transfers. So as long as you're aware that the later the flight on your return, the fact, and you do need to take into account that these hotels and apartments that you book want you out by latest 11 o'clock. What are you going to do? Because obviously you don't want to be having to walk around pulling suitcases here, there and everywhere. So yes, you've got the bonus of you've had a cheap flight and cheap accommodation, and you've managed to create your own package deal, which he did say will not be atoll protected, because package deals are atoll protected, but non-package aren't.
How does that do you think that... I still think a weekend away in the caravan is far cheaper.
It was for us.
Yeah,
To be fair, we spent an entire week down Norfolk, didn't we? And it didn't cost us... It cost us about the same as what Yorkshire Lee paid, about 250, something
but
like
with
that.
the increase from the budget, is it going to be cheaper going abroad, or is it going to be cheaper to say just having weekends away? Because don't forget, a lot of people who have caravans have families, young kids.
Yeah.
So, you know, is it going to be better for them over the next year or so, just going for short breaks, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday maybe, or over a bank holiday weekend,
Yeah.
or actually going abroad? Because, you know, of the cheap deals you can get, yes, there's inconvenience, but you have to just suck it up, don't you?
You do.
And do that. But, you know, from a caravanning point of view, you know, how's this budget and everything going to affect going just like us? Oh, I've booked a weekend away, you know, and we don't really think too much of the cost because it's not massive.
No, because in all fairness, the most recent one that we've done, as we said, that was at Cliff Farm, caravan site near Sinnington, just outside Pickering. That only cost us £24 for the site, plus 10 quid for the electric hookup, so that was 34 quid. So that was 34 quid for a really nice weekend.
Yeah, it was very good, wasn't it?
It was really nice.
So, I mean, I suppose everybody has their favourite little site, don't they?
Yeah.
You know, Andy and Polly, Travel Northerners, they like the little CL sites.
They like the little CLs.
CLCS, depends who you book with.
Yeah,
They like those little sites. We like Sinnington, which
Yeah.
is like, really, it's a bigger version of a CL site, really.
Yeah.
But it has your facilities. It
Yeah.
has no entertainment on site, it has no bar, it's a farm.
Yeah.
It's quiet,
Yes.
and it's not bad.
Although York Riverfront was really nice.
But that had everything.
But that had everything. That had a restaurant. It had excellent facilities. It had these glass domes that you could sit outside. So it didn't matter whether you had storm cloudy or not outside. You could still sit in there and have a very nice, cosy and beautiful view of the river. So yeah, it depends what you want. But that was a more expensive site. That was probably double what we pay at Cliff Farm. So
Yes, so finally, you've been reading some Facebook posts on what to do with your caravan, was it?
yeah, so I'm part of the official Swift, and I do say official because there are other base camp Facebook groups out there, but I'm part of the Swift official group, and we get a lot of people asking, what do we do in the winter to store your caravan? Do you have the heating on? Do you not have the heating on? Do you leave your fridge door open? Do you not leave your fridge door open? Do you use the little damp gadgets that you have? Do you use them? So there's obviously mixed views on that. It'd be interesting to know what your views are like with regards to that. Personally, we like to leave the fridge just slightly ajar. We put the heating on every so often. We like to top up the battery. Now, a lot of people did ask about, can you just have the solar panel drip feed your battery? It's not enough in the winter. There's not enough daylight. It doesn't charge it enough to be able to do that. So we actually do come out and charge it every so often and do top up.
You may have a chance if you've got a lithium battery, which drains down a lot slower. It's a bit like if you got solar lights in your garden. You'll notice this time of year they only come on for about 10 seconds and off they go. We're lucky enough because the base camp is small and we've got a long drive.
Yeah.
We keep it and it's near the garage, so I have it connected all the time. So every week I come and turn it on and I just leave it charging over the weekend.
Yeah.
Now we're actually going to start doing this podcast, podding with Dave and Kaz, or Kaz and Dave.
Providing you guys like it.
I
mean, obviously, if you think, oh God, I've got to sit here listening to them waffling on, that's fair enough.
We are actually going to be using this as a little studio to do it.
Yeah. So it's basically for caravanners. So it's to give you a sort of hint, tip, guide, what to do, what to look out for. Up and coming features are going to be Wi-Fi signals. Oh, they're a nightmare. Security with regards to your caravan, because as we said, theft is on the increase. So the more you can do, the better.
Yes, talking of security, I was in talks with a production company, wasn't I? To maybe go on a BBC programme about caravan thefts. Unfortunately,
We live too far away.
We live too far away. But I did have
because obviously it was based in Manchester.
I did have a good chat with the production director, and if you see a scene on this programme, it's with Matt Albright.
It is.
Where they try and nick a caravan from a service station. That was our idea.
Yeah, because as I pointed out earlier, Dave was going to make the massive rookie mistake.
Yeah.
Massive.
So,
luckily, he has a very security conscious wife.
yes. So, guys, if there's anything you want us to cover, please drop us a comment below. We will be posting this out in the Facebook group. So, again, any questions you may have, any tips, anything you want to say, really. We're going to be
Keep it polite, though.
Keep it polite, yeah. We're going to be running this up till Christmas.
We're going to see how it goes, run it up to Christmas, see what you think. You might think it's an absolute
Pile of
pants, really, yeah. Or you might decide, actually, never thought of doing that.
So, yeah, it's just a general chat, really. So it's going to be a general chat.
It's a general chat. It's not reviewing anything in particular, but it is all going to be based around touring caravans, motorhomes, camper vans.
Travel.
Just basically all us independent lot.
Yeah, travel
who
as
like
well.
to have a life.
Travel as well, because we are based to beyond now, so it will be other things. It'll mainly be generated from current events.
Yeah.
So what's in the news each week, we'll do a podcast on it and see how it sort of goes. If we get to the magic 1,000 subs,
If
next year, and this turns out to be okay, or people like it, we'll look to do some live sessions with it, proper
live interactive feedback, interactive with you guys
on a Sunday night at 7 o'clock.
On a Sunday night, yes.
So this podcast will be going out every Sunday up till end of December, 7 o'clock Sunday evening.
And don't forget to subscribe, because that is what helps us build this channel, gives us better ideas of what to do.
Yes, and don't forget to share as well. And like. And
we'll see you next time.
So, from Caroline.
Try
From Dave. Try and from Santa. Try See you soon. Bye.